Hey there, closet dwellers and bold move makers. It's me, Rick Clemons, your host of Life Uncloseted, and it is time for another Uncloseted Riff and Rant. That means it is what's typically Friday when I do these. So I hope you're having a great week and you're looking forward to a super duper weekend. So, and if it's not the weekend when you're listening to this, or you haven't had a great week, well, I hope things get better, because me too. I didn't have the greatest week until I did. But then as I thought about it, it's like, how often do we forget to say, me too? How often do we let those words, me too, not escape our mouth so that others can hear how we're feeling? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the Me Too movement is so important these days. Now, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been paying attention to the news, paying attention to what's going on, women are stepping forward to say, me too. And I don't want what I'm about to say to diminish the Me Too movement, but I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is a human condition. We are not saying enough of me too in our lives. And what I mean by that is actually a pretty direct correlation to what's going on in the Me Too movement. When we don't let ourselves step out of the closets and say, me too, we continue to let ourselves feel less than and not good enough. Or when we're not capable of saying, me too, I'm afraid, then how are people supposed to know what's going on? How are people supposed to help us? How do we get into those spaces where suddenly we're closed off? It's because we're not saying, me too, I'm afraid, I don't feel like I'm good enough, I'm not enough of a person. It could be that the me too you need to say is, I'm embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed to say that I'm gay. I'm embarrassed to say that I hate my job. I'm embarrassed to say this relationship isn't working. But when we say those words, you frickin' come out of the closet. You come out of the closet and say, yeah, me too, I'm embarrassed. Or I'm uncomfortable. Or me too, I thought I was the only one. You see, what I find so interesting, and maybe it's because for me, my Me Too moment was, I'm gay, I'm married to a woman, I'm a father, but I'm also saying, me too, I'm gay. And what was so interesting about this was, because of that, I thought I was not good enough, that I was less than. I was afraid of what would happen. I was embarrassed by, oh my God, I can't believe I feel this way about men, but I'm in a heterosexual marriage, and it made me feel really uncomfortable, and it made me feel like I was the only one. But the moment I said, hello, me too, that's when I started feeling good enough. I started realizing there were a lot of other people like me, that there were many people who'd done this journey, and they were afraid too, and they were embarrassed by the things they'd done and by taking their spouse into a place that wasn't true. And they felt uncomfortable about coming out of their own closet to say, I was gay. And they for sure were saying, me too, I'm gay. So the whole point of this conversation and this riff and this rant is, not only do I want all the women out there to keep saying me too, standing up to all these sexual predators and people who take women for granted. And actually, I want anyone who feels like they're being persecuted or diminished for their gender or their sexuality or whoever it is, stand up, because me too is probably happening to guys too. Guy to guy. Woman to guy. It's not just a female thing, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad my sisters in arms are coming to the Me Too movement and standing up and saying, this has got to stop. Because when we can all join together and start to have that rousing roar of me too, I'm not good enough, but I'm letting you know I feel that way too. When we can say, me too, I'm afraid. When we can say, me too, I'm embarrassed. When we can say, me too, I'm uncomfortable. When we can say, me too, I feel like I'm the only one. That's when the doors open and we can say, we too. And the closet door opens up and we make our bold move. So what are you going to say me too to this weekend or this coming week or this month or in this year that's going to help you do what you got to do, step to where you got to go, be who you're meant to be, make the bold move you're meant to make, and uncloset yourself into a space of being proud to say me too. Think about it and have a great weekend. We'll be right back with another couple of interviews, super duper interviews coming up with some great guests in just a few days. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening. I'm Rick Clemons, the host of Life Uncloseted, and I can't wait to chat with you very, very, very soon.